All right, guys, I'm going to show you how to use MyFitnessPal. You can download the free version via the App Store. I've been using that for the last couple of years and it's worked great. Some people like the paid version, but free one is fine. You're going to get your profile set up, and once you do that, you're going to go to the home page. And what I really like about this is that MyFitnessPal has so much content on here. They've got lots of recipes and articles and just really great stuff to check out. So you're gonna go to the homepage. It'll have your calorie count up here. I honestly wouldn't worry too much about that because it's probably not gonna be like super accurate. So don't feel like you have to follow that to a T. But you'll have this up here, and you're gonna wanna go to your diary settings. So you can either click diary down here, or you can click this calories remaining up here. And you'll have, well, I already logged in food in a previous video I was trying to make, so that's already up here, but you're going to be adding your food in. And something that's really nice is, ooh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so if you logged in a certain meal and you want to replicate that the next day, then you can just swipe and you can add in a meal like that, okay? You can always tweak things like for breakfast. I mean, that's what I did here, and I put a lot of things on there. So you can always tweak stuff, but that's really nice because that will just save time with adding food. And I'm going to delete these. And that's how you delete if you want to do that. So that's a really cool feature. Or you can just add food regularly by clicking add food. And this will have a history up here of foods that you've recently logged. So that's really nice. That makes another quick add. And you can also do search for food. And you can, add whatever food. So I'm going to add blackberries. And then I'm going to click search. And this is going to come up with several different options. So when you're logging in food, you want to be as accurate as possible. So measurements like 1 cup, like that's good, but it's not super accurate because a cup will be, can hold lots of different, different amounts of berries or different weight every time that you do, that you grab a cup of it. So it's better to find grams. So I'm going to scroll down here, click on grams, and I'm going to make sure that this all makes sense. So sometimes they'll have things where it's like, oh, it's 43 calories, but then it has nothing inputted, to the carbs and the protein, or it's got carbs and protein and nothing in the calories section. So you want to make sure that that makes sense and that it's also not outrageous. Like if this was, 43 calories, but then it said it had 32 grams of carbs. Well, that doesn't make sense because there's 4 calories to 1 gram of carb and then 4 calories to 1 gram of protein. 9 to 1 gram of fat. So you just want to make sure that the numbers roughly make sense. So this serving size right here, I've got 100 grams, but I normally eat more than 100 grams at a time of berries. So I'm going to click number of servings, and then I can change, my serving size. So usually I eat around 150 grams of berries. So I'm just going to scroll and click the check mark, and then I will switch hands. I will click the check mark up here, and that will add it right away to my lunch. So that's super helpful. Something else that you can do, so say you want to quickly add a food, you can scroll down here. There's something called add frequently paired foods. This is great. Normally it'll start to pick up my habits. So normally if I'm eating, turkey, then I'm also having it with sweet potatoes or, with avocado or, whatever. So you can just quickly tap food and add that in, and then just puts that right in there. So adding food, especially once you kind of have a base of what you normally eat, it goes by so fast to log it in. So a couple other things. Oh, let's do this. So for meals, if you want to add meals, this is great for if you're wanting to follow a recipe and then you don't want to, you don't know how to figure out, how many grams of everything that, that goes in there that you're eating. You can just add in the recipe. So say I'm going to do create a meal, and then maybe I'm going to make, cookies. Oops. I've already had one name that, so I'll just put cookies @ sign. Okay. So you can add items to this meal, and I'll probably start with some oats. And maybe I'm only going to add in 40 grams of oats. So I'll put that in there. And then I'll probably do some eggs. Maybe I just want 1 egg. So I start, I can start adding in all of my meal or all of my food items. And then once I'm done adding in all those, then I will go back. And then I will click save. And then I'll click back again. Oh, so that's a meal that's made. Now, if I want to add, maybe I, ate half of the what the recipe maybe made. It called for, it made 4. Like the whole recipe was good for 4 people, and then maybe I had 2. So, I'll put in. Okay, well, I had half of what the recipe called for. So that will change my calories up here and the carbs, fat, protein, all of that. They'll just adjust it. I'll click the check mark up here, and then that will add it automatically to my lunch again. So that makes that really easy. Something else that you can do to add food is use the barcode. So if you click that, it'll come up with the camera. And then you can just, put that over whatever barcode you have, and that will find it and add it in very quickly. So you can adjust the serving size that you're eating, and usually it'll find it. Very rarely does it not pick up. It doesn't have it logged in there, but you can find something similar. Say you're having, I don't know, crackers or something, and it doesn't find it. You can find something pretty similar by just looking at the label on the back. So yeah, that's pretty easy, honestly. The last thing I'll show you guys is this right here, calories remaining. You can click on that, and that is going to bring up either your macros for the day, nutrients for the day, or calories. So I always stick to this because, again, for the challenge, I want to see how many grams of protein that I'm eating. And so that will keep that number right there. You can also toggle over to nutrients. I look at my sodium levels to make sure I'm not going like super high, so I keep an eye on that, and sugar. And then you can go to calories. I don't ever pay attention to that, but these 2 are the main things that I use. So that's how you get there. And yeah, I think that's about it. So hope you guys find this really easy. Let me know if you have any questions.